Oh, it's going to be exciting. I'm pumped up already. It's early in the morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is. But here it's 10 a.m. I'm super excited for today's weekly beer and video review show with me, Danny Salay, a.k.a. Travel Man Dan, a.k.a. Movie Man Dan, aka Reading Man Dan. We are pumped up. I'm so excited. It's like a blast as soon as I get on the show. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much. If you're joining for the first time or if you're a weekly watcher, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let me let you know what we do here on the show. We go ahead and review two delicious beers. Well, most of the time they're delicious. And throughout the show, then we talk about the videos that came out last week on my channel. Hey, Drunatic! Yes, all right, welcome to the show. And then we preview the upcoming videos that are coming out on the channel, all while smashed in the middle. We have a cool segment called What Would You Rather? We have a segment called This Day in History. We do a What Are You Reading? What Are You Watching? Hey, Maddie! Yes, all right, I'm Nate. Nate, good to see you, brother. Guys, we got some classics in here. You guys all remember Nate. All right, Maddie Walk is here. I'm going to get to that in a second. And I close out the show with the quote of the week. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much. Love and light from Copenhagen, Denmark, from Drunatic. So happy to see you guys all here. Guys, I am really pumped up because it is the playoffs, right? And we are farther than we've been since 1993. We are in the AFC East Championship. We'll get into that in a minute, but I want to talk first about Maddie Walk. Everyone say hello to Maddie. If you're in the room, please give my friend Maddie a shout. Today is Maddie's birthday. Go Buffalo, baby. Yes. Today is Maddie's birthday. So happy birthday, Maddie. And before we get into the show, before we get started with the beers, before we do anything, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my friend Maddie. Maddie is also part of the Nate clique. I went to college with Maddie. We used to hang out at Red Lobster and drink, and when they turned it from the seafood restaurant in the daytime to the nightclub at night, we had some great times. Maddie, I remember when I would come off the road from baseball trips and I would see your car and you'd pull up and you'd have a beer waiting for me in the car. And yeah, just had some epic times playing school, living together, college friends, lives in Chicago. So I wanted to give a shout out to you. Happy birthday, Maddie. And yeah, Gordio at Red Lobster. Let's go ahead and let's sing Maddie a big happy birthday. So here we go. Drum roll. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. All right, Maddie, good to see you on the show. Thanks for hopping on your birthday. I hope that you have a great day today with you and your family, whatever you do. I hope you have a wonderful year. I miss you, pal. I'm proud of all the things that you're doing. You got a beautiful family. And yeah, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. So, Maddie's birthday. Nate's on the show. Hi, Baro from India. Good to see you. I saw you popped up there. Welcome to the show. We got a fun show today. As you can see, I'm all over the place because I'm amped up. And that's okay. That's okay. That's a raw, authentic, genuine energy that I am psyched up. But I'm also excited about drinking beer. So, got some really fun ones. And let me introduce to you today the first beer that we're going to try. And it is from a micro brewery called Clown Shoes, and here is their Bubble Farm IPA. Take a look at this one. Hey, freak, what's up? Good to see you here. Look at this can. I mean, wow. When we're going to be doing the score later, look at that awesome can. You got some kind of crazy looking bubble aliens going on. This brew is made in Boston, Massachusetts. So, once again, sticking to the theme. Remember Cousin Brian? He sent me, yeah, this can is awesome. He sent me a bunch of these pint glasses. This one is also from Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, we got some Torberg. Nice. Okay, a little Denmark favorite. All right. And yeah, just really looking forward to trying out this IPA. Now, this is 6.5%. So it is a stronger beer. Anything over 6% is always a stronger on the scale here on the Weekly Beer and Video Show. So let's go ahead and crack this sucker open, and I'll give it a sniff and then a pour. Ooh, yeah, okay. Smells really good. It's got a really hoppy smell to it. The aroma right out of the can smells fresh. And let's go ahead and pour it. Who thinks it's going to be dark? Who thinks it's going to be light? Who thinks it's going to be cloudy? All right, so let's see what we got here. Let me know. Here we go. And this is the pour. Ooh, man, look at this thing. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're taking a look at this thing. It is definitely a little cloudy. Okay, you can see the separation going on in there, right? Lots of different blonde colors. At the bottom, it's light, and towards the top, it gets thicker and foamier. I can't see anything through it. It's very weedy. Hey, who do you got? Yes, Positivity Bless, a new viewer. Welcome to the show. Go Buffalo. Hell yeah. We got 7 people in the room. Guys, please go ahead. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me know that you're enjoying this video. But let's take a look at this beer. All right. All right. Yeah. Blonde colors at the bottom. You can see it's definitely a thicker beer, but the thicker yellow and maize color. It's got well, that funnel that I always talk about, that vortex of darkness, but also delicious. Hey, Brendan, what's up? Delicious hoppiness. Yeah, I like these hazy IPAs. We've talked about it before. The haziness is really just an added thing of milk lactose to give it that nice look. But as I'm bringing it closer to me and wafting the wave and the aroma of the hops, you can smell how delicious this tastes. Not too fruity from what I can smell, but let's go in for the first sip. Guys, cheers to you, Jens. Cheers to each and every one of you guys. If you're just hopping on or if you're joining us for each and every week. And happy birthday to Maddie. Let's go ahead and try out this Bubble Farm IPA. Ooh, okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Not bad. Just a right enough hint of grapefruit in there. Okay. The hops mixed in there. It's the kind of IPA that I like, where it's really hoppy. Okay, you get that weird little cheeky thing going on here. The Danny and the Bills. All right, Buffalo, New York. Here at Bills Mafia. We exceed our expectations. Yes, yes. I love it. I love that you're here and you're talking Bills, baby, because we're about to get into that. But this first sip, absolutely delicious. I like it. I like a good, strong IPA. I already love the can. We've had a lot of success with these craft beers coming out of Massachusetts. Yeah, so we're going to get into that as the show progresses. But once again, I'm excited, and it is time to roll. And guys, let's get right into the show. Hey, Aquanuts, welcome. And why not? Let's lead right into the Bills. All right, let's push COVID aside, okay? You know, it's still going on. Do you order these craft beers for your show? You know what? That's a good question. I don't order them. What I do is I have to go and find them and seek them out. Now, some people send me them. Sometimes a brewery might send it if they like it, or I just kind of travel to state, or there's a really great place here in Los Angeles called Total Wine and Beer Company, and it's just one of those mega superstores. And the thing I like about that compared to the other mega store, which is Bevmo, is Total Wine. Can white contain? Yeah. I think he can, but the thing about Total Wine that I like is they sell singles. So that's why I go ahead and purchase these. Or people send them to me, or breweries will reach out to me. All different kind of ways to find it. And then I always like going to, if I go to Nevada or Utah or Arizona, they have different stores. And so I'll stock up at a time. But hey, like I was saying, Buffalo Bills talk, it is really, man, I can't tell you. I went to bed last night around 1:30. I woke up today around 5:30. Yeah, it's awesome there. But I'm really excited because this is the fart. Okay, that's what's up. I enjoy the. Thank you. I appreciate it. I enjoy being able to entertain to you. So the Buffalo Bills, we got our work cut out of it. But the thing that I don't understand is how the national media, they still just don't want to. Other than Gil Brandt, they just don't want to give it to the Bills. There's been not a lot of talk about how it's like, are you even watching what's going on? But who cares, right? Who cares? I don't. It's not that big of a deal. We got a game to play. I think the couple of key factors that I see. Let's get your bold prediction for the game. Okay, all right. I'll give you a bold prediction right away. Here's what we're going to do. First, I'm going to talk about the couple of key factors. Then we're going to go into the game. So, a couple of key factors to today's game. And if you guys are just hopping on, just bear with me because this, obviously, I'm a diehard Bills fan. This is a beer show. We're talking football. This is the furthest we've been since '93. Here's what I see. The last time we played the Chiefs, I think it was earlier, week 6 or 7, Chris Jones had a huge impact. The defensive tackle for Kansas City. I don't think he has a huge impact as much as he did before because when he was going up, he was lined up against a guy named Brian Winters because our stud offensive lineman, John Feliciano, was injured. So there, right away, I don't think he's going to be able to get as much pressure. Secondly, I'd like to say their key weapon and probably the best tight end hands down in the league, there's nobody else like him, is Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. But how you contain him is with some speed and linebacker positioning. Now, the last time we played them, also our key linebacker with the most speed and the best in coverage, Matt Milano, was out. And so now the factor that John Feliciano is in and Matt Milano, I think, are really going to help the game. I think that they'll just make that much of an impact. And then I think the biggest key contributor, the one play that I think that's going to happen somehow, some way in this game, I'm giving you my bold prediction. I think Isaiah McKenzie, number 19, is going to make an impactful play somewhere in the 4 quarters that we play. I don't know how. I don't know if it's going to be on a jet sweep. I don't know if he's going to be wide open in the flat for a 1st and 24, so we go down and kick the field goal. I don't know how it's going to happen. He might score traditionally. It's going to be Isaiah McKenzie for me, and I think the Bills pull this one out 30-27. 30-27. Go Buffalo. Let's get to the fucking Super Bowl. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, really pumped up. And all right, I need a beer. I need a quick sip of beer. That's my Bills take, and we'll be referencing that throughout the show. This is what we're drinking. If you're just hopping on, it is Clown Shoes Bubble Farm, one of the coolest ladles. I'm feeling the Bills, baby. Yes, 30-27. That's what. Thank you, Messick's brothers. Thank you very much. Oh, that's good. It's good. It's really good. I need one of those. That the thing I like about this one is it's really hoppy, and sometimes when you take a really hoppy beer, I think all 3 of them make a huge in my bullpen. Mahomes doesn't throw a TD, but ooh, that's bold. That's bold. 28-17. I like it. Positivity. I like it a lot. Cheers. One thing that I like about this thing is sometimes when you get a really hoppy beer, I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can agree with me, but something in the hops is almost like BO, right? You know when someone's got BO, not like crazy BO, not like onion stinking BO, but just like the beginning of BO. Right? You smell it, like, you know. But sometimes when a beer is like really hoppy, it's a mixture of that BO and that skunk, and it just doesn't taste right. But this Bubble Farm IPA, it's brilliant because it's got that nice touch of hops going down, and it's smooth, right? There's almost like a little meal going on in there of some kind of piney trees. Hey, good morning, Cindy. Welcome. Ni hao, zao shang hao. You're gonna like today's show and tell, okay, Cindy? We're gonna be. I'm telling you guys right now, we're gonna be doing a little salute to China. So stay tuned, Cindy. 早上好，准备好了吗？那我们开始吧。All right, so nice beer. I am all over the place today, and I am loving it. Guys, now I want to talk about the videos that came out last week on the channel. Guys, so you don't, just real quick, Cindy is Nate's wife. So give everyone a warm welcome to Cindy. And yeah, welcome to the show, Cindy. So guys, we talked a little bit about the videos last week. If you haven't seen it, I put out 2 videos. I snuck one in there on you. Last week we didn't talk about it, but last week on Monday was Martin Luther King Day. So I went ahead and I read a really fun Martin Luther King book. It was called who was Martin Luther King. Really fun, good story. And, you know, as a former kindergarten teacher, this would be the kind of book that I would read on a day like this. So it was really fun. It was a really good video to make for me because he was such a inspirational, once in a generational man, and just his impact and lasting in history and throughout time will be forever felt. So I always liked doing stuff like this, like history book on historic people that had so much meaning in life. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have any kids or friends with kids, whatever, send it to them. I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Any one of my Reedy Man Dan stories are high energy, lots of fun. It's an opportunity for me to be silly, but something like this was a lot of fun for me, and I snuck that one in. So hey, what's up, Murph? Yes, Murph. What? I don't know if you've seen this one, but maybe you and your classmates would want to check it out. This is what we did last week, and that was the secret, like, mission book. But then the regularly scheduled weekly video was Murph was Paula's collaboration with Flying Bison. For sure. What's up? Yes. All right. V is in the house. V is another character from Nate and Maddie and I. So thank you so much, Vishal and family. Welcome to the show. But yeah, if you haven't seen that Paula's episode, wow. Now, Paula's Donuts is a donut shop in Buffalo, New York. There's one in Clarence. The one that we go to is in Tonawanda, and there's another one somewhere else. But they make these amazing donuts. They're more old school donut style, like that old fashioned, kind of like how Dunkin' Donuts was in the 80s and 90s. But they make massive donuts, and they make all kinds of collaborations, right? They make all these really crazy flavors, like well, not one of my favorite, but mint chocolate chip or cannoli donuts. They make these just wacky ones, and yeah, they're insane. And their peanut stick donut is their most famous one. It's massive donut. That's what they're known for, is like how big they are. And then they make the red velvet donut, and it's so fresh. It's so good. I don't know if my father is here. Dad, if you're here, chime in. He likes them as much, but they also did a collaboration with a brewery called Flying Bison. We've done a few beers from Flying Bison on the Just One Beer Show, and that was a collaboration. So they did a stout that tasted like Paula's peanut donut, and then they did an ale that tasted like the red velvet donut. And wow, what an amazing video that was. I filmed it down in the basement, so if you like that old set, look forward to checking that video out. Let me know what you thought of, and if you're ever in Buffalo, check out Paula's Donuts and check out Flying Bison. Now, I've been invited to the donut store once COVID's done, where we're going to go in, we're going to film more a specific Food Friday on Paula's Donuts. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully we'll be able to get the chance to shoot that this summer. Excuse me. But Flying Bison, also another local Buffalo brewery. Really looking forward to maybe getting to know them and getting in there and maybe going for a little swim in the beer vat. Just getting totally cranked up. Donuts and beer. Thank you so much, Freak. I appreciate it. I know you enjoyed that, but really, it's one of those things. And I don't like desserty beers. Like, I don't like when beers taste like food. I just like a good old-fashioned Pilsner or lager or whatever. But every once in a while, after a good hearty meal, one of those dessert beers are really good. And the fact that the donut, the beer tasted just like the donut, spot on. This is Chef, huh? All right. Moving right along. Guys, I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out the UFC last night, but wow. Where do I start, okay? I guess Michael Chandler, a guy that I've really been watching for the last 8 years over in Bellator. And he had that epic fight with Eddie Alvarez. He came over to UFC. It was his first fight against Dan Hooker, who's no slouch, and he pieced him up. You know, it was pretty epic. And then it's so crazy, man. These guys, they just get so excited. They're just unbelievable. I hate watching it, but after they win, they climb on the cage, they cheer to everyone. Chick, no. Michelle, that's gross, right? They get up there, they're waving, and then they do a friggin' backflip. They're like 15, 20 feet in the air, and they do it. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, it was nuts. So congratulations, Michael Chandler. But then the main event, right? I mean, let's address the elephant in the room. If you're a Conor McGregor fan, well, I'm sorry, but he lost. And I liked Conor a lot when he was coming up. But then he got really wacky with all his antics, and you know, ultimate respect to him. He understands the game. He changed everything for MMA. And as an MMA enthusiast, as a person that enjoys the sport, never fought MMA, never did a round in the octagon, but you know, it's just really odd to watch all this stuff with Conor McGregor, how he transcended within about 5 years. And you know, he's an awesome fighter. Really like it. I don't really care for the antics that he does when he attacks like countrymen and religion and wives and things like that. I think that's in his past as well. But what I really liked about it was how Dustin Poirier was able to strategically calf kick him and then piece him up and knock him, you know, out cold pretty much. I mean, not out cold, but TKO'd. He was definitely done. And then what I really like about it, and tip my hat to him, is Conor McGregor took his loss like a man. You know what I mean? He owned it. He didn't try to make any excuses. You know, he you know, that's a lot of humble pie to eat, man, because he's such a big character, not just in the fight game, but in life in general. And for you to go out there and have so much tremendous pressure, not only as an athlete, but just as a person put on you by yourself, it's hard to live up to. And he took it well. You know, I have a lot of respect for that. I always enjoyed Conor. I never disliked him. But it was crazy to see how well Dustin Poirier fought that fight, man. I mean, it's just incredible. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, you can check it out. That's all I'm going to say about that. Cheers to all the guys that got into the octagon yesterday, because after all, they're putting their lives at stake for our entertainment. So, you know, guys, cheers to you guys. And this is what we're drinking. If you're just hopping on the show, it's from Clown Shoes. It is the Bubble IPA. You can see it's still rich and flavorful looking. It is definitely cloudy, and it's got a strong maize caramel color to it. Okay, I definitely am enjoying this. You can feel the percentage. This is a 6.5, and I'm already starting to feel it. Now, you can see from the top that the head is kind of dissolved almost. There's a thin layer of it, but you can still smell a good flavor of hops going on there. Yes, Marie, what's up? How are you? All right, welcome to the show. Cheers to you, Marie, for your first time hopping on the show. This sip is for you, Marie. Welcome to the show. Big fan. Thank you so much. Big fan of you and your family. I didn't finish that sentence, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And shouts out to Big Nate over there for going ahead and posting this feed, letting people know about my show. And, you know, it really means a lot to me, Nate. I know you're going to be on the show in the future, but, you know, there's so much shit out there to watch and so much stuff going on. But, you know, I know you guys out here, and to just go ahead and support me and throw my link on your socials so that other people might be interested, could hop on there. Right away, you can see how many we have already 10 people in the room. Don't forget to hit that like button. But it really means a lot to me. I'm coming up on 5,000 subs. I'm about 115 away. So come on. But I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for putting the word out there. I can't stress it enough. I can't say it enough that your support means everything to me. I couldn't do it without you. I see we have Tenacious Freak, we have Jens, we have Barrow, we have Aquanuts, we have Drunatic. Okay, these are all the original 25. We have so many new people here, and thank you so much, guys. It means a lot to me as we approach 5,000 subs. Let's keep the show rolling. And all right, that is what I want to talk about now, is what is your three, okay? If I ever ask you what's your three, do you have any idea what that means? Okay, maybe you don't, but this is the Travel Man Dan. I am Travel Man Dan, right? So you should always have in your back, thank you, Messick. You should always have in your back pocket the 3 places that you want to visit the most. More to follow. Thank you, Jens. I appreciate it, man. You should always have in your back pocket the 3 places. The places I want to say, I don't want to say on your bucket list because, like, you know, your bucket list is always going to change. But I'm saying right now at this point in time, what are the 3 places you want to travel to? It can be countries or it could be cities if you're kind of continental, like you don't want to leave your country. That's okay. I understand it. Look it. It's all good. If you're afraid to fly, maybe you can find a boat. Travel around the world with Travel Man Dan and Barrow. You're the best, dude. But but thank you. So what are your 3? Let me know down in the comments below. Ireland, nice. Okay, definitely. What is that? Doesn't have to be in top of like I need to go here first, second, third. I'm just talking about 3 places that you. If I gave you a year, I gave you unlimited vacation time where you could see it. Argentina, Peru, and Poland. Badass, Nate. Nice call. All right. So I'm talking about like hypothetically, you should always have this. You should always have this. Hey, Frank, welcome to the show. Yes, we're drinking a beer from your area called Bubble Farm from Clown Shoes. All right, Amsterdam. So it's always fun to play this game. So, like, what's up, Frank? What is your 3? I'm giving you enough vacation time. You have enough money. You can go and take your 2-week vacation. You just want to see it. So for me, I'm going to give you my 3 right now. And my 3, well, they've been on this list for a while, but I definitely want to see it. New Zealand, awesome. And it goes like this, no specific order, but definitely want to see Laos, okay? Mount Rushmore, cool. I want to see Laos really bad. I love Southeast Asia. I love the vibe. I love the people. The food is delicious. And it's the one Southeast Asian country like that I didn't see. I saw Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. I want to see what Laos is all about, right? I really wanted to see it. I want to check it out. And I know Obi joins the show. She is from Laos. I have another friend who's in Laos right now, and he's training for the Olympics. He's an Olympic boxer, so they let him fly to Laos to train, and he'll be in Tokyo this summer. So shouts out to you, Walter. Looking forward to you kicking some ass. And just really want to see that country and enjoy that food. I want to go to Vientiane, all that kind of stuff. Number 2 country for me, it would be, along with my good buddy Nate, is Peru. I definitely want to see Peru. I want to climb Machu Picchu, India, Nepal, and Bhutan. Nice. That's a delicious list right there, Barrow. Very nice. Well, I hope that I can see all 3 of those as well, my friend. Yeah, Peru for me has been on that list for a while. It was a big consideration when I was thinking Denmark or Peru. I went with Denmark, and so happy I did. But I was very close to pulling the trigger on Peru. But the Himalayas, yes, look amazing. Yes, Peru. I just want to see the mountains. I want to see the costumes, the old traditional richness of all that, and I want to see the modern life of Peru. I think it's just something majestic about it. I love mountains, nature, and I'm really looking forward to getting over there. So let me know what your 3 are, and then my third one would be, and this is tough because, you know, I really want to see Hungary and I really want to see Czech Republic, but if I had to do it this year and I had unlimited time, I would go to Greece. I really want to see Greece. I know it's kind of like you cliche Mykonos, like you know, but I love the look of that white mountain and that cliffs and the water. And I think Estonia, yes, welcome Estonia. One of my favorite places, Latvia and Lithuania. Welcome to the show from Estonia. But I'm sure it's awesome too. But yeah, Ireland for Murph, very cool, Marie. I hope you guys maybe can take a family trip there. I just want to see Greek, and I think that Greek food is one of the most underrated foods. It doesn't get talked about as much as it should. Something about are they heroes, are they gyros, but the kebabs, the spices that they use, I think it's delicious. I just really want to see it. Agree on the food. Yeah, a Greek food is like, you know, There's a lot of greens involved with it. So those are my 3. Let me know if you want to let me know now or you want to let me know after the show. Let me know your 3. I'm just curious about it. I always like this question. I'll ask you from time to time, and they could change. Look, dude, you can meet somebody, or you could watch something, or you could, Italy, Spain, and Route 66. Nice. Lunatic. If you do Route 66, swing on by to LA, and, I'll buy you a beer. So, yeah, really, really, that should always be evolving. You never know. You might watch a movie and then you see like, what is the Twin Peaks? I don't know if you guys remember Twin Peaks. Every time I see that, or Rambo, or Goonies, I think of like the Northwest, like Oregon and Seattle. I just want to see it, right? So your 3 can always be evolving. They'll always be changing. You might meet somebody. You might taste some food. Something might cross your interest. Whatever it is, keep your top 3. Go for it and make it so that you understand that it is attainable. All right, we're gonna get over COVID. We're all gonna go back. Yeah, it's a good one. And all it is money and time. That's it. So keep those 3, whatever they are to you, alive in your heart, in your brain, and you can go and see it. You can do it. You can really do it. I promise you that. And I hope that this video, if you're watching it now, it motivates you. Whatever that means to you, pick your 3 countries that you want to see the most and just start chipping away. And guess what? After you're done with those 3, you can pick another 3. All right, moving right along. I told you guys we are doing show and tell, and we got China on our mind. But before we get started, we are doing this. Guys, we got 14 people in the friggin' room this early morning. Thank you so much. Be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. We are drinking Clown Shoes Bubble IPA. It's got a great taste to it. Yes, Bubba, welcome to the show. Awesome. Good to have you here. We're drinking this delicious IPA. It's rich in color. It's got a nice hazy look to it. Where's the Clown Shoes from? It is from Boston, and it is made... yeah, it's in Boston. I don't know too much about this brewery, but what I'll do is I'll put the link to their website in the description after the show so you can check it out. Saw as a kid, was out of this world. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. I'll take a sip, and then we'll get into show and tell. Oh, perfect flow, right? It's got a delicious, yeah, check it out. Sometimes when you see or you hear words, you can associate your taste with it. And when I hear bubble, I feel like I should be drinking bubble gum. I don't know, is that weird or whatever, but it is what it is, right? It's got a delicious taste. I thought I'd check in for a few minutes before firing up the snowblower. Fire it up, get rolling, get that shit ready for the Bills game. Glad to see you here. But we're drinking the IPA. It's got a delicious taste. I like the strength of it. I really enjoy drinking a beer that's not overpowering and too specific of a taste. It's got a nice balance between the hops and the citric flavor that I'm tasting is more of a grapefruit. So evenly balanced, smooth. It's clean. It is hazy, but you don't taste too much of what a hazy might taste like. It tastes like more of a traditional lager or an IPA, and really, really enjoying this Bubble IPA. All right. Now, I told you guys we're going to do some show and tell, so China's been on my mind a lot lately, and I wanted to show you guys. Cindy, are you still here? Robert Albanese is here. Welcome. Yes. All right. Cindy, are you still here? I want to see if you're here. I want to show you guys this really cool scroll. Okay. I don't know if you're here, but I've talked about this before. My Chinese name in China, I guess, is Da Xing Xing, and it means like ape or gorilla. It was given to me by a teacher a long time ago when we were picking names and things like that. And I've always kept that name. And when I was in China, I had, this guy make this really cool, like, scroll that he hand painted and stuff like that. And if you're into, like, calligraphy or you're into Chinese traditional art and hand painting, I'm not sure what it's called, brush painting. This is really cool because I always have this. Cindy, what's up? And check this out. So this is what I have, all right? I hang this above my wall where I sleep. And this is right here. This is Da Xing Xing. I forget what this is, like happiness. Can you decipher this and let everybody know again, Cindy? But I just think it's really cool. And, you know, it was made for me by a traditional Chinese ancient like art painter. You know, they have the specific painting style in China that can do these weird calligraphy strokes. And you know, Chinese looks really hard to look at from a person that's never read. Yeah, I can read Da. Yeah, this is Da, right? But you know, they have a stroke pattern. Like it's supposed to cross over here. I know. Can you write it in English for everybody? It's supposed to be a specific stroke pattern, much like we do our alphabet. Like you don't do a G backwards, right? So it's pretty cool when you see like a traditional Chinese painting or traditional Chinese writing, and they show you like each little stroke and how it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I mean? It's like okay. So hey, jump through the counter. Michelle, wake up! Yeah, no, we're not gonna. All right. Okay, so my sister-in-law is here. Welcome, Michelle. Yes, thank you so much. This is a shirt from my buddy Nate. Get through the tables. But check this out. This is today's show and tell. I always have this. And Cindy, are you going to decipher this word? Yes, there it is. Happiness. Okay, so I really like this when I look at this and it hangs right above my bed. You know, I had such a great time in China. I had such a, you know, some great experiences, and I had ultimately happiness. And when I was talking with the guy before he was painting this, he wanted to, you know, kind of pinpoint that. And I said, yeah, I just want a reminder of my happy time in China. And so this is what he wrote. I know there's things that are politically, you know, controversial, and that could be said of any country, of any nation, right? Here in our country, we have all that, and we can't get along. But I'm talking about my time that I spent in China. I had an absolutely wonderful time. And I look at the people of China, and I absolutely love the Chinese people. They're genuine. They're extremely generous. They're warm-hearted, and I enjoyed my experience so much. And it also means good fortune and blessing. Thank you. Yes, down in here. Yes, that is awesome. Well, so the good fortune really hasn't come through yet, but the blessings have. Hey, I'm alive, I'm vertical, and I'm here, and I'm able to entertain. But I just want to show you guys this. It's really cool, and the neat thing about it is it's on one of those Chinese scrolls, so you can roll it up, right? Like, you know, you see like in the traditional movies, you can roll this thing up. I'm not going to because I keep it like this, but yeah, if you've never been to China, if it's something that you maybe get turned off on from the news, or you just have no interest in it, guys, I'm telling you, it's not what you see. Like if you get a chance to see China, you will be awestruck, and that is a nice style. Thanks for thank you, Frank. I know that I met you in China, and I'm very happy that we met, right? But I'm telling you right now, if you get a chance to strongly consider going from the north part of Beijing to the middle, Shanghai, to the southern part down in Guangzhou, and my favorite part out west where Lijiang is. It's an absolutely beautiful country. The people are wonderful, and I just wanted to share that with you. And bills are winning, dance, so your luck has changed. Hey, that's a great way to look at it, Drunatic. Big hugs to you. So that's today's show and tell. Hope you enjoyed it. If you ever get a chance, Robert, you're going to be bummed, but yeah, well, Robert, to be honest with you, I've only had this one. And if you're just hopping on, this is what we're drinking. This is the Clown Shoes Bubble Farm IPA. We're going to go ahead and get started with the What Would You Rather. So thank you so much for hanging on. Minchie won't do it. I don't think he would. All right, delish. That's all I got to say. Like the kids would short phrase it, delish. All right, here we go, guys. What would you rather? It's going to be fun. There's no disgusting ones going on today, so I'm sorry if you like the pus and the blood and the ooze and things like that. We're not doing that today. But here we go. What would you rather? Feel free to go ahead and let me know your answer now. But the best way to do it is wait till the show's over and leave it down in the comments so that I can reply to it. Plus, also, let's be honest. Commenting on the videos tells the YouTube algorithm that not only people like the content, but they're responding to it. For the Stanton PAs on my buck, Slatington. Maddie, happy birthday, brother. That's a good one. All right, so here we go. What would you rather? I got a ticket for you. Okay, you can go here, right? You know, and maybe it's one of the spots on your list. And that ticket is, would you rather go to Grenada? Okay, Grenada, the island of Grenada, or sticking with the island, Fiji. All right, do you want to go to Fiji? So your two choices are islands. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know much about Grenada. I don't know too much about it. It's a small island, and well, those little islands that get caught up in like the South Pacific and down below South America and off of the coast of like where Jamaica and stuff is, you know, I don't know too much about. I don't know too much about their culture. I know that island life is fun. And to be honest with you, I don't know too much about Fiji. So I suppose either one would be great. I love the island kickback life. Usually great seafood, lots of sun. And when you get smoked on beers, it feels so good when you're in the beach, you know? So for me, Lunatic likes Fiji. I don't know too much about Grenada. I'm sure it's a great place. Tahiti, Maldives, that is not one of the questions. Cindy, what are you doing? You don't just make up your own what would you rather. I don't know much about Grenada, so I'm going to choose that one. Nice. Okay, I like that. See, Brendan, I like that you're, you know what? I don't know too much about it. You're kind of like, all right, well, I know Fiji, everyone likes it. I know it's got a branded water and people talk about it a lot like it's beautiful. But I don't know anything about Grenada. So you know what? I'm going to Grenada too. Okay? I don't know too much about it. I want to check it out. I'm sure it's got some steel drum action. It's kind of later that I would also prefer Grenada. Appreciate it, Frank. Yeah, Grenada is, like, what is Grenadan food? Like, what is the culture like? What's it like at night? I'm sure it's just a blast. I'm sure it's a party. And then meeting locals in Grenada, I'm sure it's awesome. I'm sure they have great, Maria likes Fiji, cool. I'm sure they have coconuts. I'm sure they have fresh fruit, seafood, all that kind of stuff. Fiji, so I can go alone. Okay, all right, sounds good, well, that is the first question. Now here comes number two. Number two, what would you rather? All right. Well, this one's tough. This one puts me at a crossroads. You know I love food. If you've ever seen one of my Food Friday shows, so we hope they only have meatloaf. So here we go. Which would you rather? Okay, for an entire year, you can only eat baked goods, cupcakes, cookies, regular cakes, danishes, just stuff that is in a bakery. Stuff shells, nice. Or barbecue, ribs, chicken wings. And when I say barbecue, I'm talking about like East Coast like terminology. Barbecue meaning all the things on the grill. Not that Southern style where it's like barbecue when you put coleslaw on it, wall, you know what I mean? I'm talking about barbecue, like ribs, hot dogs, burgers, anything that is done on the barbecue. Which would you rather? Are you more of a sweet tooth, barbecue 100% for Robert Albany's? Or are you more of a carnivorous, a meat eater? You got to have that sweet and tangy. You got to have that smoked meats. You got to have it. Or, do you need chocolates? Do you need sugar? Basically, what's it going to be? What would you rather? Barbecue for Frank. Definitely barbecue for Nate. It's tough, man. It's really tough because I've been blessed being here in America. I have a ton of options for barbecue. My father's a great barbecue cook. My friends are all really good. To be honest with you, I'm not bad at barbecue. And I love all the stuff that goes down on barbecue. Love porks, red meats, chickens, fishes, all that kind of good stuff. But if there's one clutch, if there's one thing that grabs me, that thing is sugar. Oh man, I love cakes, sweet things. Yeah, crumble cookies, pies, danishes. Like, oh my gosh, forget it. Like coffee cakes. So for me, I'm going with baked goods. Okay, I'm going with baked goods. I'm going all the sweet stuff, all the sugar plums and candy jams and all that kind of stuff. Most of you guys are chiming in on barbecue, and I would miss it. I love barbecue. This is never okay. I'd rather have this because I hate that. No, it's never that. It's lemon squares. Yeah, I just love all that stuff. All the different cookies with little chopped up nuts going on, with little jams and stuff. Paula's donuts. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, for me, I'm going with the baked goods. All right. First of all, I want to know, is my dad here? Dad, are you here? Let's call his ass up. I don't think he's here. Hey Siri, call Pops. Let's call him up live and see where he's at.
Calling Pops?
All right, we're calling Pops in the middle. All right, so the next one is a picture, okay? The next, what would you rather, would be a picture. So be ready. I'm going to go. We're calling Pops right now. We're calling him right now. I don't think he's answering. I don't know if he might be sleeping. I think he forgot about the show being on this early.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right, Dad's not going to be here. I don't know what happened. Now let's go to what would you rather, question number 3. This one's a lot of fun for me because, well, I like them both. So, what would you rather go to? Okay, tell them about the hot dog. Yeah. All right, what do you guys think? You think a glove made of hot dogs would be fun? Like a full glove, right? You put it on, and they're like little mid-sized hot dogs, and you can chew on them, right? And you can just eat them away. That's awesome. He VM'd you. I don't know what that means, but okay. Question number 3. We're getting a little off track. Where would you rather spend an 8-hour day? Ooh, where would you rather spend an 8-hour day? An old school 1980s video arcade? I'm talking about that right there. Just like with all the bells and whistles. You have to stand up to play, okay? Maybe there's a cigarettes going in your face. Like, look at that thing, man. The centipede action. Like, there's people elbowing up. Maybe one guy's got the high score, but it's that old school 2-button mash, joystick, old school arcade. Would you rather spend 8 hours there? Or would you rather spend 8 hours in one of the most beautiful, epic libraries you've ever seen in your life? And this is just an example. Maybe you have another library in your idea bank, but where would you rather go? Would you rather go to one of this places like this, and you can just read books, you know, it's quiet, and the scenery inside is just unbelievable, and this is the Robert Peabody in Baltimore library? Or would you rather mash it out on a game of Centipede or Super Contra with some cigarettes and beer and just play video games all day? And well, it's a strong what would you rather, because both are great, right? Everybody loves an old arcade. Everybody likes a beautiful place. And for me, I love to read. I love it. I love books. You know that. Haven't seen any arcade in years. There's supposed to be one open. Oh, okay. You need to check it out. I never finished a book in my life. Robert Albany's nice. Well, Robert, maybe that should be one of your goals this year. I would definitely love to read, and I would like to. I'm actually going to try to visit this one in Baltimore. Look how epic that is, and just the feel and nostalgia of being in a library like that is pretty cool. But for me, hands down, it's got to be the old school arcade. Absolutely love it. from when I was a kid, and we would go to Shirkston Beach in Ontario, Canada, and we would just find these old school arcades, and there'd always be like one or two really older kids, and they were like the coolest kids. But like now that we're older, going back to that really brings back one of the really fun things in life, and that's just it right there. You know, now I see they're popping up a lot, and me and my buddy Sergio go and visit some of these old school arcades. There's one about 2 miles from my house that's a lot of fun, and there's one that's in North Hollywood. The crazy part is it's really expensive. That's what I don't like about it. But you could do the old beer and bottle in your jacket type deal, because who the hell wants to pay like $15 for a can of beer and you drink like 6 of them while you're playing video games? But for me, I would rather go to an old school arcade any day. I love libraries. I love reading books. But for me, my money's on the arcade. All right, number 4. What would you rather? What would you rather? Okay. You know, last week we talked about what I'm watching. All right, audiobooks. Yeah, I'm watching The Boys. I just finished season 1. Brilliant show on Amazon. Love it. Love all the superhero stuff. So we're going to go ahead and tie this one into that show. What would you rather? Okay, would you rather, okay, be incredibly strong, just completely jacked like the Hulk or the Thing, right? Just unbelievable, you know, you just smash, whatever. Incredibly strong, or you have the superhuman superpower of being incredibly fast, everything. Look at that. You see that? You didn't even know that, but I went to Subway and came back. All right, that's how fast you are. Okay, so which would you rather? Would you rather be incredibly strong or incredibly fast? Yeah, fast. Okay, Nate likes the fast. Very cool. What about you guys? For me, I love the She-Hulk. She-Hulk is awesome. Yes, I always thought She-Hulk was the hottest superhero, right? Of the women. Yeah, the Flash is pretty sweet. That's a tough one, but you know, my favorite superhero in the Marvel universe, and I think overall in all the universe, is the Thing. I love the Thing. I love the storyline behind Ben Grimm. I think it's so cool the way he's transformed, and his look is awesome. That he's a rock man. So for me, if I could choose, you know, I would choose to be incredibly strong. I don't know why. I just they're really, both of them would be just great. But if I could choose either one, I would choose to be the superpower of incredibly strong. Thanks for letting me know your what would you rather. Now it's time for number 5. Now we didn't go disgusting on this one because we thought we'd clean up a little bit this week. But this one's fun. This one's inspired by the sports and by a lot of things that are not happening. Okay, because of COVID, things that are not happening. So I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, so here's the deal. Over the next 5 years, okay, so you get a 5-year span. You can go to 10 of any of these that you want. Okay, free ticket, flights, hotel, anywhere in the world. All right, it's playing in Wimbledon. You can go there. You can go to, you know, Kansas City this afternoon. You can go to this, you know. So here's the deal. Over those 5 years, you get 10 tickets. Would you rather them be 10 tickets to any 10 sporting events you ever wanted to go to? Baseball, the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup, the NBA Finals, Wimbledon, Daytona, anything you wanted to see, you could cash that in. It could be 2024, and you're like, you know what? I want to go to the Super Bowl this year. I just want to see it. Okay, so nice barbecue. Okay, you could go to 10 sporting events of your choice anywhere in the world. You can go to them in China. You can go to them in Russia. You can go in Africa. You want to see the World Cup. You can go. You can go. Or would you prefer those 10 tickets in 5 years to be any concert that you wanted to go? Any musician, any famous person that you've always wanted to see? Hey guys, Fleetwood Mac's getting back together. Let's go. Where are they going? Oh, they're playing in Finland. Let's do it. You know, anything that you wanted to see. So you could go see 10 of the most 10 10 sporting events that you ever wanted to go, or you wanted to go see 10 concerts. Ooh, Jen's going concerts. Very nice. Okay. Now this one is weird because this puts like a nostalgic feel of like music, what it does to your body. Concert, I miss them so much. Yeah, the way it makes sporting events, and sporting events do something to you too, right? And you're not going to be put in the nosebleeds. You're going to have a nice seat, right? So, and you have to think about this, sporting events all day, but there's a lot of music that you might want to see, right? You might want to go see The Weeknd next week. You might want to see the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. It's a tough choice because you got 5 years, right? So, all the epic bands. Let's say on the brink of it, you find out that one of your favorite bands is playing at one of your favorite festivals, and you get a chance to do it. Gotta go, need to clear the snow. All right, Bubba, thank you so much. Go Buffalo, clean that snow. Thank you, guys. For me, I'm going with sporting events. I just like, to be honest with you, I don't like crowds as much, but to the concerts, I think the product for both is better at home. So I like to listen or even watch concerts, but I don't necessarily like to go to it. Same thing with sporting events. Kind of, I still occasionally get up for it and still enjoy it. But for me, I would definitely prefer to go to events, and I probably would go to a couple of World Series games, probably would go to a Super Bowl, and then I would probably pick some weird other things like, well, they're not weird because they're so big, but like the Olympics or the World Cup. So that's What Would You Rather, guys. Thank you so much. We are about to finish this up, and I'm going to give it a score. This is the Clown Shoes Bubble Farm IPA. Let's go ahead and whack this down. I got the scorecard. It's still the same scorecard because I'm having a tough time deciding what I want to do in terms of having a chalkboard here or something dangling or something posted up to the bar. But we'll work on it. I'll continue to improve. Let's go ahead and slam this down, and I'll give you the score of this Bubble Farm. Tasty, very tasty. All right, guys, here's the scorecard. You know how we're doing it. We're doing it on taste, price, design, accessibility, and the TMD factor. That's right. I like the slam beers. All right, the taste. Let's get right into it. Wonderful. Love the taste. I thought it had an even taste from out the beginning of the can all the way to the last gulp, the last slam chug, right? Just nice and easy flow. Had a nice taste of hops. Very, very small hint of citric flavor. It's definitely got a potent flavor. In terms of alcohol percentage, it's strong. 6.5, but I definitely feel it. I saw David Bowie and Prince. Love them. Small play. Yeah, that would be cool. Drunatic, I never told you, but because we never really talked about it. I used to see Prince every week. He used to come to my nightclub. Really nice guy. Yeah, he used to come all the time, man. I used to see him every Sunday to an event called Deep, and he was friends with the DJ Marcus Wyatt. Really fun. But glad you were able to see him in a small venue like that. A hell of a performer. But yeah, this has got a delicious taste. Really liking it, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the Bubble Farm a 4.0. Okay, 4.0. It's out of a 5 with a 0.5, so it's coming close to the top. Now let's go to the price. The price for this can wasn't too bad. It was $3.49. Okay, not bad at all for what you get. It's a stronger beer, so you are paying for a little bit more alcohol content. It's a 16-ounce pint, so you're going to get 4 more ounces than a regular bottle, so not a bad deal there. Definitely got no complaints for $3.50. I think if you were to buy this from the brewery, at the brewery, draft style, it'd probably be a lot more expensive. So comparatively, $3.50 is pretty good, and I'm going to leave it just as that because it's not an overly priced beer, and you don't get a great deal or bargain. So I'm going to leave it just exactly what the price is. We're going to give it a 3.5. That's right, 3.5. Not a bad score for the price. Now the design. All right, let's get into the design of this sucker. Take a look at this design. I mean, it's it is so cool if you get a chance to look at it, because I'm going to give you guys a close-up look. You got this guy. It's called Bubble Farm, right? And he's the farmer. He's obviously transformed into some type of alien thing. But over here, instead of pulling hay or whatever, he's hacking from the fields. He's got all these other little bubbles and aliens, and it's just really colorful. It's really like sci-fi. You can see the barn house that he's in over here, and you know that's my number one desired home, is a converted barn house. So I'm absolutely loving it. Over here you got these crazy trees and, you know, uprooted kind of land, and just really sci-fi looking. It's really colorful. I feel like when I'm looking at this can, that I'm watching something from the theater. I feel like I'm watching some type of crazy movie. I really like it. They have right here at the top this little black outline you're gonna get with that barn. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, brother. I hope so, man. I really want an old restored barn and I want to live in it, and I want to have the bottom area, my weightlifting, kung fu area, and like the area where I have my studio, and then upstairs just on one single flat, a living quarters. So I'm gonna keep working for it, but we're talking about this can. Really, absolutely love it. You can see the crops down in here. Like I said, you feel like you're watching or a sci-fi or reading a comic book, and I'm gonna give the design a 4.5, so almost a perfect score on the design. Accessibility. Now this beer is from Boston, Massachusetts. It is not very accessible to lots of people outside the United States, and how I got it at Total Wine and Beer was a complete stroke of luck. So what I remember, yeah, I'll tell you about it. I used to see him all the time, every week, every Sunday, but like not play. Like he came there to hang out. Like, hey Prince, how's it going? Like, good to see ya. Okay, security, and then we have a security detail. He had a security detail each and every week. Where my friend Brian, aka Big Sexy, big guy, would be his personal security guard throughout the night. But a very nice guy, very cordial. Yeah. So this beer is not easy to get. I would say that probably if you live in the Northeast, specifically the northeast part of like Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, it's probably a little easier. But for the rest of the world, it's not too accessible. I did get it here in California, so hopefully that they're branching out, and whatever I can do to help them branch out, I would love to do it, because I think it's a delicious beer. But in terms of accessibility worldwide, I don't know how easily Barrow can get it, or Jens, or Tenacious Freak. It's probably not in Europe, it's probably not in Asia, and it's probably not in Africa or South America. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a lower score on accessibility, just because it is of that specific craft brewery in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, whatever I can do to help explode this beer, I will. I'll promote it, I'll let people know, and I'll definitely do my best. But we're going to go ahead and give it an accessibility score of 2.0. So kind of a low score. It's a very crafty beer. Thank you. Oh, that'd be great. So now we bring up the TMD X Factor. Okay, now there's not a lot going on with this X Factor. I will say most of it relies on the can, right? Like if I was drinking a cold one of these, not out of a glass, and I was holding this in my hand, I would be like, you know, what's up, dudes? I got a friggin' sci-fi comic book movie in my hand, and I'm drinking this shit, and it's strong, and I feel good. And that is the TMD Factor, and I feel good about it, and that's why I'm going to give it a great score of a 4.0. That's right, a 4.0 on a TMD Factor is really good, because I really enjoy it. I feel good about this beer. I feel happy when I'm drinking it. Something about the artwork on it. I don't care what's inside. It could be rank, disgusting old aquarium water. I still feel good because of the can. And that it is. Gabriel, okay, that's okay. We got... Word is Gabriel Davis is inactive, but we have Kenny Stills coming up the pipeline. But so let me go ahead. I'm going to total this up, and then we're going to get into the second beer and finish out the show with this day in history. All right, so we got 4.0 on taste. The price was 3.5. I'm going to do this in my head, okay? A really cool label. All right, here we go. Okay, so a strong score, our strongest with the new scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, the Clown Shoes Bubble Farm ranks in at a total of 18. That is awesome. It's got a score of an 18. There it is right there. I know me and Frank had talked about, hanging this somehow, some way here, having a board. I have a chalkboard type thing, but I'll always go ahead and post the scores after the show on my Instagram, Facebook, that yada yada yada. So now let's go ahead and let's continue on the show. Great score. We're gonna go ahead and try out this second beer, and that is bringing us to 18. That is bringing us to this one, the Fort Point Beer Company introduces Cool IPA. Look at this can, dude. Look at this thing. We'll get into this in a minute, but it's got an old fixie bike right there. Total hipster can. It's got a smooth polish to it. But let's go ahead and crack it open. The alcohol percentage. Let me see if I can find it here. As you can see, this is nothing. Okay. I do it as simple as boom, on the spot type stuff. Yeah, we could go ahead, and you like the can, we could go ahead and do a lot of research, and I sometimes do if I'm super interested, but a lot of times I like to bring you the raw, how I see it right now, almost as if you're in the room beer review. So it is a 6.2% alcohol percentage. It ranks on the higher scale, but let's go ahead and crack this open. Nate said he could be yeah, you guys like Tenacious Freak likes the label too. All right, okay. That no, not 18%. 6.2%. 18 was the score of the last beer. All right, so this one right here, Fort Point Beer Company, is a delicious smell. Let's go ahead and see. I'm guessing that this is going to be a lighter beer. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. And yeah, look at this thing. Oh, wow. That looks like lemonade right there. That right there is very light. Okay, and these can be tricky. Okay, it was a bad pour, but these can be tricky. Actually, it's not as light as I thought. It's more of a hazy kind of lightness to it. All right, it's got a high carbonation. As you can see, the foam is building up. 4 points. I'm gonna get to that right now. Nate is from San Francisco, California. All right. Frisco, baby. Okay, no wonder they have a fixie bike. So let's take a look at this beer. Now, when you first look at it, especially in the light, well, you can see this thing is really light looking, but it actually isn't. It's misleading because it's quite hazy, right? It's very hazy. It's got a lot of carbonation foaming at the top. I definitely like the color. Like I said, when I look at it, I kind of feel like I'm drinking a lemonade, but it's got a nice touch to it. One way to find out how it tastes, and that's to go ahead and drink it. So guys, if you're still with us now, I want to thank you so much. We've switched the time, so we've, going through some changes or whatever, but this is going to be the time from now on, always at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you so much for hanging with me, for giving me that support. I'm very close to 5,000. Oh man, nice, Jens. Really, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Look forward to it more than you know. Cheers to you. Let's go ahead and try this Cool from Fort Point Brewing Company, San Francisco. Okay. All right. Not bad. Not bad. There's something going on there. Something different. Okay, first sip. Good, right? Not awful. Leaves a unfamiliar flavor, but now as I'm kind of grabbing to the back of my taste buds, I can taste a lemony flavor. Okay, the citric aroma mixed in there with the hops is more of a lemon, whereas the previous beer was a grapefruit. I'm out driving, so I can't drink. But cheers. Looks like Blue Moon. Yeah, it possibly could be that style of Hefeweizen, but Robert, it's considered an IPA, but you're right. It does look like a Blue Moon. it's got a really weird taste to it. I don't know what it is. It's almost as if it's like a sour and salty flavor added to it. That's what it is. When I first plugged into the drink, it was a bit of a sour, salty flavor. So I'm gonna continue drinking it. We're gonna finish up the show. We got about 25 more minutes. So hang with me and I'll let you know. We're gonna score it, give it a good run. And now I wanna talk about the video that's coming out this week. Guys, this is the one, this is the push for me. I'm putting out the new Travel Man Dan trailer because the channel has changed a little bit. I've added Reading Man Dan. I've added the live weekly beer and video review show from the last trailer that I put on. So basically, new people that come to my channel, when they see it, they see like a 3-minute trailer. Sour and Salty, yeah, that is a good name for a punk band. But I've created a new one. And it's basically just a 3-minute video. It'll come out on Friday, but it's going to be the trailer video. So if you ever wanted to support me in any way possible, take the trailer, put it on your Twitter, put it on your YouTube, put it on your Facebook, put it on your TikTok, your Instagram, whatever, promote the hell out of it. I'm going to go ahead and make a new trailer introducing my channel. Because let's say you're scrolling through and YouTube puts up my channel and you're like, well, who's the hell is this Travel Man Dan? And then you go to it, it's going to be the first video they see. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Danny Salay, aka Travel Man Dan. Here on this video, and then it's going to have little clips from each one of my shows. So it's really important to go ahead and make these as you kind of introduce your channel and reintroduce it to people that are new to your channel. Like you guys that are with me each and every week or follow me, whatever, thank you so much. But you also know what we're all about here, right? So this one kind of talks about how I'm kind of all over the place and how I'm doing YouTube because I want to be a creative. I want to figure it out as I go. I'm an actor and I want to just produce and make things and put it out there. And that's what this is. How do I add it to my YouTube? Well, I don't really know if you can. I guess basically what you do is just put a card on one of your other videos or whatever. And that's, that kind of thing has always been like a weird sour thing for me. But this is a COA, a call to action. If you ever want to promote me, just put it out there on your Facebook, put it out there on any one of your socials. But this upcoming video will be the one because it's the new trailer. So it's quick, right? People can find out what I am in about 2.5 to 3 minutes. It's interesting. It's going to have a lot of shit going on and a lot of hodgepodge, a lot of, holy shit, he's a travel, he's a food, he's a, but that's what we do and that's who I am. So putting that out, that comes out on Friday, which all the new videos from now on will be out on Friday. It just makes it so much easier for me scheduling around my job. Listen, I'm working my ass off both on this and my regular job to go full time. Until we get there, videos will be out every Friday. This is going to be the trailer. Hopefully you get a chance to check it out. If you're just hopping on, we're drinking Fort Point Cool. And yeah, not bad. Not bad. Let's go in for another sip. Let's see if I can taste that salt and sour flavor again. Thank you, Frank. Thank you. Yeah, all right. Right away, like I said, it's more of a sour. It's almost like an old lemon, right? When you let lemons sit there for a while and then they turn like smaller and softer, and then you're like, nah, it's still got some stuff. And then you squeeze it and you put it into your juice. It doesn't taste as fresh as it tastes like a sour lemon. That's kind of what this beer tastes like, but it's got a nice flavor of hops in it. Its complexity is driving me nuts because there's flavors going every which way, over there, there. Oh, yeah, all over the place. Very interesting beer. It is 6.2%. It's 11:15. I'm not even ready to go for the Bills game, but I'm primed up and not bad. So now let's get into Barrow's favorite, This Day in History. Barrow, I hope you're still there, buddy. This day in history. All right, here we go. On this day in history, January 24th, 1848, James Marshall finds gold in Sutter's mill in Coloma, California. All right, why is that popular? Well, because, great, Barrow, in 1848, when James Marshall, he was running an old mill, like a carpentry mill. And the water had cleared and it was going downstream. And he had noticed when he was looking down through the stream of all the deposits from the factory that he was working at, that there was friggin' gold down below. Well, holy crap. At that time, there was about 1,000 people that were not indigenous, that were not, is that right? Not non-indigenous to California, living in California. But this discovery right here from James Marshall created the whole California gold rush. It was unbelievable. Word got out. They tried to keep it a secret, and it just, boom, all kinds of people. And within 3 years, 100,000 people had moved to California to try to get their stake in gold. But on this day in history, James Marshall finds gold in Coloma, California. Wow, I think that's just really so cool. The gold rush lasted another like 6 years before big industrialization came in, and they basically were able to come up with like magnificent mining things and just be able to manufacture gold out of the ground a lot faster than a regular pick and axe guy. But you know, I think something like $18 billion of gold was pulled from that time when James Marshall had found it in 1848 on this day in history to the next 3 years. So that's a lot of gold, and that's the California gold rush. All right, on this day in history, on January 24th, 1899, rubber heel for shoes was patented by American Humphrey Sullivan. All right, we got Humphrey O'Sullivan, and he patented the rubber heel. Why is that a big deal? Well, it's just much more comfortable, much more, I don't want to say durable, but it is a little bit more durable when you're walking on your feet all day, right? Instead of hitting that wood boot shoe or cowboy boot or whatever. This guy had patented a rubber sole. I'm changing my name to Humphrey O'Sullivan. That was hard for me to spit out. I know. Classic 1800 names are bitching. But yeah, on this day, he had patented the right to make heels made of rubber. That's so cool. And you know, it's just one of those things, like, I love inventions, but it's just one of those things that we don't even think about nowadays. It's just part of our everyday life. But you know, over 120 years ago, it was a huge deal. And then when it came out, wow, what an impact, right? It's kind of like, well, we don't even remember because we're so far into smartphones. But like when the cell phone advanced and stuff like that, these are advancements that they're going to talk about 100 years from now. It's just crazy to think about that this guy patented a rubber heel and the significance of it. Anyway, on this day in history, in 1908, Lieutenant General Robert Baden-Powell publishes Scouting for Boys as a manual for self-instruction and outdoor skills and self-improvement. This book becomes the inspiration for the Boy Scouts, right? Scouts Honor or whatever it was. I forget what it was. I was a Boy Scout. And you know who was part of my troop? BC. Remember BC appeared a few times in the Edward 40 Hands video? Yeah, but on this day in history, General Robert Baden-Powell created this book, or published it, Scouting for Boys. And this was the inspiration to then go ahead and say, like, all right, a lot of people are interested in this outdoor hunting, not hunting, but like outdoor camping lifestyle and teaching self-instruction and outdoor skills and self-improvement, right? A lot of things that the Scouts teach are not just necessarily about the outdoors, but they're also about young boys becoming men. And, you know, on this day in history, in 1908, Lieutenant Robert Baden-Powell had started that movement. And if you've ever been a scout or a Cub Scout or a Brownie or whatever, you know, it was all spawned off of this book. How can we forget BC? Yeah, BC's the best, dude. We're going to bring him back for sure. We're definitely going to bring BC back. He's a history buff, so we might bring him for this day in history. But on this day in history, in 1924, the Russian city of St. Petersburg was renamed Leningrad. It was changed back to St. Petersburg in 1991. But on this day in history, it was changed to Leningrad in 1924. So if you follow Russian history or if you follow European history, you might find something interesting about this day in history. All right, on this day in history in 1935. Let's give it up, guys. I'm giving it up for this one. Well, I can't stand up. I have a short lens on this one. But let's give it up for this. On this day in history, in 1935, the very first canned beer, Kruger's Cream Ale, was sold by an American beer company called Kruger Beer Company. That's right, the very first canned beer. Right before, you could only drink it in draft or whatever, but Kruger Beer Company canned this sucker up. Right? They canned this little delicious delight they call alcohol and beer, and then they started selling it, and it became a phenomenon. And we're here where we are today, where we have great comic book, scientific. All right, yeah, just amazing cans. What? Sorry, no problem. Kruger Beer, Sister Lisa's in the house. What's up? You may have seen her from Just One Beer, the Christmas edition or the New Year's edition. Welcome, Lisa. Go Buffalo. But I watched it. Dude, you're awesome, man. Yeah, Tenacious Freak, you are awesome. All right, so yeah, so on this day in history, for you beer drinkers, for me as a beer drinker, it was a huge, impactful invention, and I'm so proud that beers are now in cans, right? All right, so that's awesome. You missed my sister. My sister's great, man. Huge heart, wonderful person, great spirit. Hey, Lisa, Pops is what happened to Dad? He's nowhere around. All right, moving on. On this day in history, on January 24th, 1962, Jackie Robinson was the very first African American to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Woohoo! You know I'm a huge Jackie Robinson fan. If you ever have a thank you, Tenacious. If you ever have a chance, check out my Jackie Robinson tribute videos that I made all around Los Angeles. But on this day in history, January 24th, 1962, he was the first African American to go ahead and be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He was put into the Baseball Hall of Fame later in the summer of that year when the ceremony happened. But today was the election day where the sports writers vote on it, and he was one of the unanimous votes. The other one also on that unanimous card was a pitcher named Bob Feller. But yeah, just the impact that Jackie Robinson had, not only on the game of baseball, but throughout life, being the first African American, the guy that broke the color barrier. And I thought I would bring this up too as I parlay into this segment. Rest in peace, a great African American, a great American baseball player, Hank Aaron, who passed away. And send some pictures off. Yeah, we miss you. We definitely miss you a lot, Hank Aaron. If you don't know, you can check him out. I'm not going to get into it, but rest in peace. He was a guy that hold the door. What's going on? I'm all screwed up, missing the comments or whatever. But Jackie Robinson on this day in history was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1962, and rest in peace. Hank Aaron passed away a few days ago, who broke the home run record of Babe Ruth. And let's continue on with this day in history. And this one is a special one. This one is, man, oh man, this one's a big one. On this day in history, January 24th, 1988. Oh, who remembers that? Who remembers this? Oh, if you could tell me what that is, that is a clue to this day in history. One more time. Oh, Frank, you might remember it. Nate, I'm not really sure. Please, guys, who remembers who I'm talking about? Because it has huge significance. This day in history, January 24th, 1988. Nobody knows, huh? Okay, was the very first WWF, okay, the World Wrestling Federation Royal Rumble, and the winner was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hell yeah, the dude used to come in. I'm sending some pictures. Excuse me, I'll send it to you. Hacksaw Jim Duggan has come out. He used to come out with a 2x4 and be like, "Oh!" And he was this big, husky, burly, like crazy. I think he was from Buffalo, like Orchard Park, and he was just this awesome wrestler. And on this day in history, the Royal Rumble was created. And if you've never seen it, 80s and the wrestling in the 80s was one of the most iconic shows. Check it out on YouTube. I watched the Royal Rumble yesterday. It was just great to see these guys. They put 30 guys in a ring and they beat the crap out of each other. Last man standing won. And on this day in history, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the first Royal Rumble. Favorite Ultimate Warrior was, he was amazing. Ultimate Warrior was amazing. But yeah, and that's a great WWE or WWF to watch. It used to be called WWF, but that's a great one to watch because you had Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fought Ravishing Rick Rude. That was a good one, and Hogan put it on. Hogan, really transcended into the stratosphere of Hulkamania. Anyway, this is what we're drinking. Fort Point Brew Company, cool beer. It's a nice, easy IPA that, I'm not wonderful. I'm not dogging it, but I'm not loving it as much as I thought I would. The can, we'll see. We're going to wait to the scorecard. I'm going to go ahead and slam this down, and then we're going to get into what are you reading, what are you watching. All right. Yeah, you know what? It's got a weird taste to it. It's not too bad. It's got a very light taste to it. A lot of lemons going on there. Definitely still tastes something a bit sour and a little bit salty. Really can't pinpoint what it is. Maybe I'll get it on the last sip. Not an overall terrible beer. Not like the 26C. Oh, I was posting my favorite rock. Yeah, but not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so what are you reading? What are you watching? Let me know what you guys are reading, what you're watching. Bob Backlund, nice. All right, very good call right there, Robert Albanese. I like it. So now I want to talk about what are you reading, what are you watching. Let me know what you're reading, what you're watching. I'd love to hear about it. What am I reading? I am reading this. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely got China on my mind. Here's a few to pop in, and I'm reading this. Right, this is my Chinese study book that I read, and I learn phrases. And the cool thing about it is it does have an interactive CD, DVD, whatever you want to call it. But just going through it and Wu Tong Cai Bian Lai, and just practicing my Chinese, staying up on it. I hope that one day I can go back and go back to China. But this book is really fun. Let's try 我在哪儿打电话. Okay, and who did you make your phone call to? Just staying up on my Chinese vocabulary, practicing the tones. The thing about Chinese that's so difficult for other people is the tones, right? One word, ma, can be said 4 different ways, and all other words are like ma, 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 and it really takes a lot of practice. 我在银行里. So you really have to really stay on top of it. And I've really been just focusing just a couple minutes a day, maybe 15, 20 minutes a day. I pop in the DVD, CD. I go ahead, I follow the lesson along. If I learn 1 or 2 more phrases, 1 or 2 pieces of vocabulary that come back to me, that's okay with me. I'm on my own terms. I'm not living in China. I don't absolutely necessarily need it, but I continue to study it. Thank you, Frank. I'll probably go back just because of sheer interest in terms of acting in Chinese movies and television shows. I want to do it again. It's always going to be a door that's going to be open to me. So learning Chinese and staying up on my Chinese is only going to benefit me. So yes, let's go Bills. Yes, let's go. 加油 Buffalo. And that's really pretty much it. Let's go. 加油. 加油 is like learning Chinese is awesome. It is. It's and I've met so many cool people, and I'm still not married. So if I can learn Chinese with a nice lady. No, but you're right, Jens. Learning Chinese is fun because learning any language, it puts your mind into a learning mode, and it stresses that you're not caught up in all this other bullshit out here that really takes you away from what you could be putting your energy to. And that's just it. Like when you start to learn languages or you start to develop through books and stuff like that, so much of our mind and so much of our perspective is taken away from what we should actually be developing and what we really want to be developing. Like everyone here probably wants to learn another language, wants to be doing good things, wants to be supporting and learning and getting better at whatever they do. But so much of our time is taken up by negativity through other things that are out of our control, that where we take in and we perceive things, and it's just all really kind of up in the air, and it's a lot of bullshit, to be honest with you. So as you continue to study, I study Chinese, but whatever you may study, whether it's another language or parts of history or something interesting that's to you that's interesting, that's taking up your time worth spent. And remember that, because that is using your energy, your positive energy. Thank you, Nate. That's using your positive energy. The every bit of it is given to you each day, and you're in control. And when you're able to use that to something, appreciate your positive. Thank you, Frank. When you're able to use your energy towards positive things in your life, man, that's only going to attract other people. But when you look at other things out there and you're on the dork machine on the phone and you're looking at all this stuff and you're feeling sweaty and you're feeling like you're not doing good enough, it's all a bunch of shit, because it's taking away from that space in your brain, that energy that you have, and it's not being positive. It's leading you to insecurities and negativities and things that you don't need. And you need that energy. That energy can go ahead and help you learn Chinese. Or if you want to learn Turkish, there's no excuse for not trying. Yeah. Rocco, yes, yes, Rocco is here. Welcome, guys. You guys remember Rocco, my boss? My boss man is in the house. Hell yeah! But like, that's we're off on a tangent here on the What Are You Reading show. But that's what it is. Like, you only get so much energy in a day. Yeah, everyone give my boss a warm welcome. Yes, what's up, everybody? Yes, Rocco, Nate, Rocco's in the house. Fuck yeah. But, so whether you spend that positivity on stuff like this, or you spend it scrolling, worrying about what other people are implementing in you, it really has that kind of effect on you. Use your positive energy and use it to your advantage, because I'm just talking about it for learning the Chinese, but it's important. Whatever that is, inspire and be productive to the people that you love around you. Help them, right? Don't fucking get caught up in some other things that people you don't even know. Go and help the people. Brother Nate, thank you, sir, and thank you for this shirt. All right, going on now, because I'm getting a little emotional, and it's not because of the alcohol. I promise you. I promise you it's not because of the alcohol. Danny is positive every day. It makes. Oh, thank you, Rocco. That's. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to lay in that. Thank you. But the next segment is, what are you watching? And guys, I found this awesome show. I like oldies but goodies. I'm kind of an old-fashioned soul, so I found on Amazon the old 1939 Sherlock Holmes series with Basil Rathbone. And he's one of the most brilliant actors from England from the 30s and 40s. You gotta see it. It's awesome. Nigel Bruce plays Watson. I think it might even be in color or black and white, a few episodes. It's just awesome. The way that it's written, it's so pure. They use some great language. Blown Away on Netflix. I heard that's amazing. But that's what I'm watching. The old Sherlock Holmes from Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce. It's a brilliant series. I absolutely love it. I suggest, if you're into black and white movies, if you're into the traditional TV series and stuff. Make sure you check it out. Watch one or two episodes and just settle in on the fact that there's no camera tricks. There's no special effects. It's just actors in a room and the written story and the mystery behind it and the way that they portray it is so fun. I really enjoy it, and I always look forward to each and every episode because it's like, we know when you watch a black and white movie and you really love that actor and actress, but you want to see more of it, but it's a movie. That's the great thing about this Basil Rathbone and the original Sherlock Holmes. It's a series, so there's several episodes. They're all about an hour long. Check it out. It's on Amazon. That's what I'm watching. This is what I'm reading. Practicing on my Chinese. 我会说一点儿，可是说的不好。可是现在这里是美国人，就是不好是了。Chinese. So appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments what you're reading, what you're watching. I'd love to hear from you. Guys, if you're just hopping on, like my boss Rocco, man, it's good to see you, Rocco. This is what we're drinking, 4 Point Beer Company. I'm going to swig this down. I'm going to give it a score. We're going to do the quote of the week, and then we're out of here for the Bills game. Here we go. I just can't pinpoint it. I don't know how to explain it, but it is a weird... Thank you, Rocco. I love you too, man. I don't know how to pinpoint it, but it's got a weird taste to it. And that's why we're going to go right into the scorecard, and I'm going to get going on this right now. This is what we're scoring. 4 Point Brewing Company. I like that it had lemon taste to it. I like that it had a flavor of hops going through it. But what I didn't understand was the sour and sweet. As I silently belch here, I can still taste it. Now, I did like that it was strong. So 6.2 is a nice alcohol percent. Drink 2 or 3 of these, you're going to be saying some stuff and doing some stuff that you normally wouldn't be doing. It's pretty powerful. But overall, it was a light, refreshing, crispy ale. I mean, that's really what it tasted like to me. It didn't taste too much like an IPA. It tasted more like just an English ale. But I like the flavor of the salt. I like the sour. I wasn't sold on it 100%. Would I drink it again? Yes. Would I go and seek it? Probably not. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give it a score of a 3.0 on taste. Just, wasn't a huge fan of it. All right. Now the price. The price. It is a 12-ounce can. Nothing too special to it. It's cold fermented. Okay. That's what you want to call it? Sure. Okay. But yes, the price wasn't too bad. It was about $3 for a can of beer. It was like $2.89 at the Total Wine and Beer Company. So not a bad price. Definitely would go, and if you bought a 6-pack of these, the price of it would not be $3. It would be more like about $2.25. So you might get a 6-pack, probably around $14. Or if you're at the brewery in San Francisco, I'm not sure what that would cost, but it would probably be a little bit more. So not a bad price. We're going to give it a good score of a 3.5 because I think that's a good price. $3 for a can of beer, solid. This one adds a little punch to it with a higher alcohol percentage. So I think that's a great score. Design. Now, Tenacious Freak liked this one. Nate liked it. There's not much going to it. To be honest with you, I don't... The line drawing, the whole fixie bike, that doesn't really do it for me. Now that I see that they're from San Francisco, I understand that's probably the Golden Gate Bridge. But what I don't like about this beer is I don't know the friggin' name. I think it's called Cool, right? But is just over here to the side is the font of the brewing company. So is it Cool or is it 4 Point Brew Company? They don't really make that easy and clear to understand, right? So I think it's called Cool right here, but they have this thing right here, so I'm a little befuddled, if you will. All right, it's the color is kind of cool. I'm not overly all impressed with the can, and to be honest with you, although I did see this can and I did say, wow, that looks a little bit different, I wasn't like drawn to it. Okay, so I'm going to give this score of a 3.0. I'm just not really sold on this can. If this can, it kind of looks like a wine spritzer can. I don't know if that's the color scheme with this burgundy on gold, but I'm just not really helping. This is helping me not place an order for this beer. Look, it's not terrible, right? Really talking about the other can label. Yeah, befuddled and was. But look at this other thing, dude. You're in a friggin' comic book. Yeah, dude. You're drinking this beer at a party, a bar, anything, a wedding. You're the fucking coolest dude in the room. You're drinking this one. It's like, is that Bartles and James in a can? You know, like, what is this thing? You know, so I'm not really sold on it. Accessibility. No idea this accessibility. Yeah, oh, is it? That's pretty cool. I have no idea how accessible this beer is. I only saw it here at Total Wine. I imagine up and down California, it's probably easy to get. I imagine that in Europe, Africa, South America, and Asia, it's probably impossible. They're a smaller brew company. Up north, Northern California, it's probably pretty popular, right? Hope that it does good. I always wish each and every person or brew company that I do on the show all the success. I mean, really, I got nothing to hold against anybody. If I started a beer company myself, I'd want it to grow, but I don't understand that it takes some time. So same thing with this one. I don't think that they're very accessible to the world. I think they're accessible to Northern California. I don't think they're very accessible to the United States, which is fine. Still golden. Golden is expensive. Therefore, cool. Ah, okay. Is that their slogan? All right. But overall, I don't think it's very accessible. And that's why I'm going to give it the same score as the Bubble. And that's going to get a 2.0. A 2.0 for accessibility. Now, here comes the TMD Factor. What intrigued me about this beer to go and review it? Now, I got to be honest with you. Although I gave it a lower score on the design, it is an interesting label. But the curiosity was if it was cool. Now, what does that mean, cool? Does that mean cool like it's colder? Or does that mean cool like whatever you think cool is? Because cool to me was dude smoking cigarette like in the 80s, ready to bust some shit up, yeah? You know, like 80s action movies. That's cool to me. So riding a fixie bike and your hipster glasses with your socks pulled up and your hat to the side really not necessarily isn't cool to me, okay? It's just whatever the times has brought us, I guess. Cool to me was fucking a guy smoking a cigarette with a grenade gun, you know, and in commando style, Die Hard, that kind of stuff. But overall, the TMD Factor was this. This is from the state of California, the state where I live in, the people that I do love here in California. So it definitely brought some interest to me. I don't know. There's not really a lot going for me on this one. It's a tough one, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to stretch it. I'm going to give it a base score, and that base is going to be a 2.5. There really is no TMD factor. We're just going to call it baseline. And that's it, really. We're going to get out of this one and take the high road on that because there really wasn't anything that brought me to an ultimate X factor. So let me go ahead and total the score up. Okay, you got 6, 9.5. We got 11.5, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so the Fort Point Cool IPA did not do as well as the Bubble Farm, but it got a 14, the lowest score so far with the new scorecard. Now keep in mind, the scorecard has only been put into play for the last 3 weeks. So it is the lowest score, but the lowest score of only 3 weeks. It's not like we've been doing this for the year and a half that we've been live on the weekly beer and video show, review show. So this one got the highest score at 18%, and I damaged the can, but it was beautiful. But the Fort Point was definitely a 14. It just didn't bring a lot to the table. But what I did bring to the table, and I don't want to go away from this show without saying this, it brought me beer. It brought us together for an hour and some other minutes. It brought us together. It helped calm me down before the football game. And it gave me a delicious kind of thing to go ahead and review. And I appreciate that. So we have 1814. Check it out in the description. I'll put everything down after the show. And now I'm going to close this show out today with a thank you and a quote from a president, the third president of the United States. And he said, his name was Thomas Jefferson. He said this: beer, if drunk in moderation, softens the temper, cheers the spirit, and promotes health. There's your beer quote. And it's it's funny because he was the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, iconic man to American history. And even back then they were drinking beer. And think about it. He said, it softens the temper. Yes, Tech. Yes. Yeah, it softens your temper. So, take that into consideration. Don't be a maniac when you're drinking beer. Let it set in. Enjoy it. Have fun with your friends. Don't do anything stupid. Don't say anything, and don't be anything stupid. It brings cheer to the spirit. How many times have you been on drunk benders with people on this show where you're just like, thank you. You just, it just brings everything into perspective. And if that's what it takes, if it takes a little beer to get loose, then that's what it takes. But it's so important. Even Thomas Jefferson knew it. And what he's saying, I think, promotes health is obviously you don't want to become an alcoholic. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to drink yourself to a tizzy. But it promotes a lot of mental health, right? When you're cheerful and you're high in spirit and you're around friends and family and you're having a good time, that's a good thing. As long as you don't go overboard and get too loose with your tongue, just have a good time, enjoy it. Canned beer on this day in history was put into effect. Okay, all right, that is a huge deal. And guys, without canned beer, without beer in general, I wouldn't even be doing this. We wouldn't go Bills, Tenacious Free. I wouldn't have brought us together. We had about 15 to 20 people from all over the world, of all different lives, of all different views, of all different perspectives, join us here on this channel. Thank you so much for joining me. To Nate, thank you for the shirt, brother. Thank you for the support of the Bills. Thank you for putting my channel out there and just really putting support behind me. And for those of you that keep showing up, I can't say it enough. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better, 1%. I'm going to be moving to a new studio sometime in late April. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be bringing other people on the show. I'm going to be piping in people through StreamYard, so no matter where you're at in the world, you're going to be able to hop on the show. It's going to be exciting. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week at the same time. Thank you. Thank you. No, really, see, really, man, it means so much to me that I don't have words, so I'm just going to end it like I do every week. I'm going to miss you guys until next week. Go Buffalo, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to be humble in defeat. I'm going to be humble and victorious, and yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm Travel Man Dan. Yeah, I love you too, Rocco. Thank you for thank you. It's weird that I get out here and I'm overcome with emotion, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Go Buffalo. Thanks for joining me on the show. Thanks for supporting me and my channel. I hope you guys, thank you, Bert. Good to see you here. I hope you have a lovely day, a wonderful year. Whatever you do, do it well. I'll fully support you guys. Stay positive, stay optimistic. And remember, it's a big world out there. Hey. Make sure you see every bit of it. What a fun show. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.